All right, y'all. It is a small group, which is just fine. Um, Good afternoon. My name is Garrett. Workshop today is going to be about doing some writing. But before we kind of jump into things, I'd love to get everyone's voice in the room. And to do that, if you feel so called, you can come on video. You don't have to. You can also check in the chat, but I thought I would just have us do a little check-in. If you could say your name, your pronouns, how you're feeling 1 through 10 today. Like, are you, if you're not really feeling it, it's not been a good day, it's a 1. If you're having the best day ever, it's a 10. And then I just have a question for us to respond to, which is if you were at a party and your friend was trying to find you and they couldn't find you, but they were like, if I put this song on, they're gonna come to the dance floor. What song are they going to be playing that's going to get you to the dance floor and let you find your friend? So I'll get us started. My name is Garrett. I use he, him pronouns. I'm at like a 7.5. It's Friday. 2025 feels like it's been a whole year already. But the sun is shining here in LA, and it's nice to be with y'all. And for me, my song would be Return of the Mac. And yeah, it's tried and true. I'm definitely gonna find my way to the dance floor and reunite with my friend if I hear Return of the Mac. And I will leave it open for Mary or Catherine to check in.
Hi, this is Mary. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Uh, she, her, and I would definitely choose Reasons by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
A classic,
And
no doubt.
and I'm kind of like a 7, getting over the flu. California's been rough since the start of the year. I'm grateful. I'm okay. My house is okay. But a lot of stuff going on in the world. I'm holding on, being positive, but being aware.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, I'm also here in Los Angeles. So yeah, it's been what a start, honestly. January alone felt like a whole year. But yeah, Catherine, maybe we could pass it to you to check in.
Sure thing. I am holding up the East Coast end of things, I guess. So it's the end of my day, or getting toward the evening anyway. I am also a she, her. I'm probably like a 5.5, 6. Just tired, and I've worked most of the day today, so I'm ready for a nap. And trying to think of my song. I have a few of them that pop into mind. I think uh Roll Away Your Stone by Mumford and Sons. It's just got that good beat there you can bounce to. So I'd probably bounce high enough for someone to see me over some heads at the bar. So
Solid. Well, thank you both for being here and thank you for checking in. You know, I was told there was going to be like 15 to 20 people, but then I heard there was like 1,000 people that were coming to CareCon, and I was like, oh damn, I'm not remotely prepared to facilitate a session with that many people because I like it to be interactive. Um, and so, hopefully we get to, I feel like I've already gotten to know a little bit about y'all already, but I see we've had somebody else join. Nicole, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're just doing a brief round of introductions. So I asked folks if you could share your name, your pronouns, how you're feeling 1 through 10. 1 is like today is the pits, 10 is today is the best. And then the question that folks have been responding to is if you were at a party and your friend couldn't find you, but they knew if they played one song, they could find you on the dance floor, what would that song be?
Um, sorry, my name's Nicole. What was the question again? The
You're
prompt.
good. The prompt, yeah. So if you could just say your name, as you said, your pronouns, how you're feeling 1 through 10. Like 1 is terrible day, 10 is, the best day. And then the question is like, what song, I'll just simplify it. Like, what song is going to get you on the dance floor every time?
Um, okay, my pronouns are she, her. I would say today's a 8, and probably anything with Acon would get me on the dance floor.
Respect. Well, thank you for being here. Um, yeah, so it's kind of nice that we have a small group. I was told we might have like 15 to 20 people, so maybe some more folks will join us. But oh, cool. You came on video. Not that you have to, it's an invitation. It's always an invitation. But it's nice to see folks' faces. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of writing. The support groups that HFC um, offers have been super meaningful to me. Um, and it's a space where I feel like I can just be honest, I can be real. I don't have to like kind of explain myself. I kind of feel immediately understood by the people that are in the group. But sometimes, like talking through things is not enough for me, like as we navigate this journey, it's a complicated thing. It brings up a lot of complicated emotions for me. Just this past week, literally 3 days ago, and it's been kind of a long time coming. Like we took the keys away from my dad, and that's been like a whole journey. And on the one hand, it's like, oh, this is good news in some ways. Like he wasn't combative and it went like as well as it could go, but and it's good for him because it's going to keep him safe. It's going to keep other people safe, but it brings up a lot of complicated emotions because it's like, am I like on the one hand, I'm glad that it's going to keep you safe. On the other hand, I'm devastated because it's yet another marker of this disease. And so, group is great, obviously, for being able to talk about these things. But sometimes it's not enough for me, like there are other ways to express ourselves and to express what we're going through as caregivers with this disease. And so writing is something that I've brought in to the group that I go to on Fridays. And so that's what I thought I would bring to the space today. Um, just as another form of expression, like sometimes 8 minutes isn't enough in a session. Like it's nice to get something off your chest, but you're still sitting with it when you leave. And so my hope is that, this is something that maybe y'all will be interested in leaning on as you move forward. But at least for today, that's the invitation. And if you just want to like kick back and listen and take a breath, like that's also totally fine. But how does that sound to folks? I mean, basically, I'm going to offer some prompts. I'm going to tee it up a little bit, but we'll spend some time writing and then we'll come back together and do a little bit of sharing and reflecting but that's basically what I got planned. It's nothing super formal. It's really just an opportunity to take some time. And the theme that I kind of wanted to explore together is belief um, and hope, which is obviously something that we all need, um, particularly with this disease. So, how does that sound? Y'all interested? You're here because the session is called Writing for Caregivers. So clearly something about that appealed.
It sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Very
Excellent.
good.
Excellent. Yeah, I didn't choose the title, if I would have chosen it, I would have said When Talking's Not Enough.
Mm.
Mm.
Um, because sometimes that isn't enough for me, and I feel like that's probably the case for others as well. So to get us started and to start to explore this theme of belief, though, I want to play a little clip from some little known actor named Denzel Washington. And It's from a very recent interview that he did. And I didn't know this about him, but apparently his father was a minister. And it's something that he has been, I think, feeling more called to, in addition to being like a world-renowned kind of actor of his generation. But he had something really prophetic, I think, to say about belief. And so I'm just going to share that to start. So give me just 1 second while I cue that up. All right, that's pretty close to my spot. So it's about a minute and a half. It's not super long. Um, but yeah, we'll just have a listen and then I will offer up some prompts.
Enjoy your day.
Oh no. All right, well, my point is off. Hold on, I gotta find it.
At this age, you're going back to what I was saying in the beginning.
Okay, I actually found it. This is right where I want it to be. So it's about 90 seconds.
Wisdom is understanding. And I'm getting wiser, working on talking less, and learning to understand more. And that's exciting.
Is there anything you want people to take away from this interview?
Believe in something greater than yourself. Believe. It's a complicated world. There's too much information coming at us from too many places, good and bad, for us to think that we can reduce it all to our level of understanding with our little brain. We are being forced to have faith. However you interpret that, we are being forced by our circumstances. Look at the world. What does it give you every day? Fires, death, murder, politics, dictators, this, that, the division, separation. I'm right, you're wrong. Look at the world we've created for ourselves. That's all I gotta say.
So I was listening to this interview, it was like a week ago, and it just like it kind of just hit me right in my tracks because I was planning something else for this. But it got me really thinking about belief, and I'm not a particularly religious person, even though I was kind of raised Catholic. And anyway, I thought that's a theme that we could explore together today. Um, and so I have a couple prompts, but by no means do you need to use one of these or any of these. And I'll paste them in the chat. But a few starter lines. The first one is I believe. Next one is belief means. And the last one that I had was I put my faith in. And so I thought we would take maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. We have a small group, so we could take a long time to write, or we could take a short time to write. How much time would y'all like? We got till 2:40. My goal is that we could come back together and do a little bit of sharing if we have some brave volunteers. But yeah, what do y'all think?
I think 15 to 20 is good.
Love it.
That sounds fine.
It's throwing me off when you say 2:40. I'm like, wait, what? Because it's
Yeah,
5 o'clock
sorry.
here.
I'm being very self-centered here. Nicole, where are you coming from?
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out Zoom. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, the East Coast, so it's also
Okay, so
5 o'clock.
yes, your weekend, like Catherine's, is fast approaching. It's
Yeah.
here. Your weekend is here, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do 15 minutes. I'll put on some music. Again, I put a few starter lines in the chat. It's really a free write. Take it wherever you want to take it. If you want to write something that's not about belief, if you're like, fuck belief, then, take it where you want to take it. Like, this is really meant to be time for you to get into your body and to explore what's on your mind. And a theme that's just been sitting with me lately is belief. But I'll put on some music. I'll check in like 15 or so minutes, and we'll go from there.
All right.
I see we had somebody else join. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Elitsa?
Yes. Hi. Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Pleasure. Oh, thanks for turning the camera on. Nice. So we just did a brief introduction. I want to be sure you have a chance to say a word about yourself. If you'd like. So we asked folks to share their name, pronouns, how you're feeling 1 through 10 in this very moment. Like, 1 is like not feeling it at all. Today is the pits. 10 is like best day ever. Couldn't feel better. And then the question that was posed was, what's a song that is going to get you on the dance floor every time? Like, foolproof. You're going to come to the dance floor if you hear that song.
Great prompts, and I apologize for being late, but so yes. My name is Elitsa. I feel great. I feel probably like about 8. Sun is very helpful. It's sunny where I'm tuning in from. So sunshine definitely helps me. Song. I'd say there's this song called Sonic. It feels so good. It just makes me move all the time.
Beautiful.
And did I miss anything?
No, you hit them all. Thank you for being
Okay,
here. Appreciate
thanks.
you. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, I just played like a short clip, which I'll paste the link to the interview, the full interview in the chat, but um we're gonna explore the theme of belief. And so I have a few starter lines to get folks started, to do just kind of like a free write. If you want to write a poem, write a poem. You want to just like take it where you want to take it, that's cool too. But yeah, the thinking came from hearing this interview that Denzel Washington did that I heard recently, and he was talking about how we're being forced to have faith right now with everything that's going on in the world. And I think that that is the truth also with this disease. Um, I feel like I'm always not, hopefully, I don't think in like a toxic positive way, because we're navigating a devastating journey, but I try to find the light where I can. And as devastating as it is witnessing my dad disappear and witnessing our loved ones disappear, this disease has taught me something about living. Um, and those lessons that my dad like can't tell me anymore based on his own personal experience and like his own life, he's still finding other ways to share those lessons with me, which is a really profound thing. And so I'm always seeking out the light in the darkness, is what I'm saying. And I think that requires belief. And so I thought we could explore that together in this session. So with that, I'm going to paste the starter lines back in the chat so that you can see them, Elitsa. And we're gonna take till like 2:20. I'm gonna put on some music, and it's just gonna be a free write. And I'll check in, see how folks feel at that point. If you want to keep writing, we'll write a little bit longer. My hope, though, is that we can do a little bit of sharing before we have to wrap up at 5:40/2:40. Although, Elisa, I'm not sure where you're coming from, so maybe you're somewhere in between those two time zones.
Yeah, I'm in San Francisco, so it's 2 o'clock, 2:06.
Yes, okay, cool. So we have the East Coast and we have the West Coast. But hopefully that sounds good to folks. I'll paste the prompts in the chat. I'll get the music going, and we'll come back in 15 or so minutes. Sound good?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
There will be no crying. There will be no crying. No crying. There will be no crying. No crying. The light will go be. Ooh, there will be no fight. No fight. There will be no fighting. No fighting. The light it covers me. 'Cause I just wanna be somebody, darling, 'cause sometimes you need someone. I just wanna feel something real, 'cause there will be no crying. No crying. There will be no fighting. No fighting. 'Cause I can't give in. No, 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 no. There will be no. There will be no fighting. In the river full of dreams. Oh, make it better. One thing that I need is to be free. Life's a battle that don't scare me. No, 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 no. I'm gonna pick myself up again. I'm gonna win. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. Breathe, relax into ease. I know what's on your mind. Give yourself some time. I have witnessed your great fall. So tall you built your walls, so you don't feel so small. Understand, God has a greater plan. Don't put your faith in man, and one day you will land. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. Will you save me now? No one's around. Will you save yourself from falling down? Will you save me now? No one's around. Will you save yourself from falling down? How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up. How do you fight for love when the world has broken you? I know the times are rough. When you're down, keep looking up.
Come in. Yeah, talk to them. They told me between they told me between 3:10 and 5:10. Can they call back? No, tell them what I said. Hi, I had spoken to the person who signed this, and I told her.
Want to check on time. I hate to pull us out. That I could that whole album, this whole album by Superman is tremendous. You could probably write. Honestly, you don't even need to write. You could just like absorb that music. But so it's hard to pull folks out in the moment. But would we like some more time? I can keep playing some music. Like, one thing to know about me, I'm very indecisive. So if there is a decisive soul in the group who wants to call shots, please speak now.
Well, I don't mind if it's okay, like just sharing something. Uh,
Yes, please. Would love. I definitely want to hear some shares. So please, Nicole.
um,
Can we give it up for Nicole? Snap it up. First volunteer. Thank you very much.
um, the prompt kind of took me a couple different ways. One of the things that it made me think of is one of my favorite quotes by Jim Valvano, which is, "My father gave me the greatest gift he could give anyone, which he believed in me." Um, and I've unfortunately lost both of my parents, my mom being to early onset Alzheimer's. So I'm actually not in the caregiving role anymore. But I was for like 7 years. But now that both of my parents are gone, the thing that I've kind of been struggling with is, not having that foundation of both of them being uh, the big believers in me and giving me that like confidence and obviously the love and stuff. So having to kind of find that within myself. And um, but one thing I did write was, I do believe that they, continue to live on through me. Like, I feel like when I laugh, it's my mom laughing, and stuff like that. I don't really have a super strong religious faith, but I think selfishly, I do like to think that they're both in heaven watching over me. And um, yeah. And then the other thing that it prompted me to think of was a song lyric by Sam Smith where he says, "Everyone prays in the end." So I don't know why that just kind of stuck out to me too. But so yeah, that's kind of what I thought of.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I would love it if you brought your parents' names into the space. What are their names?
Yes, my dad, Michael, he passed in 2016 from a heart attack. And then my mom, Claire, she, like I said, she had the early onset Alzheimer's, dementia, and she passed 2023. So,
Thank you so much. And you're right. They're here with us, like absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for the
also,
space to share.
yeah, of course, of course. And I love that you kind of talked about the process too. Like if you don't want to share what you wrote, um, if you want to just reflect on like what it was like to even sit down and just kind of like consider these things, right? Um, do we have another volunteer? Yes, Elitsa, please.
Uh, I'll share. And funny because I wasn't planning on writing or sharing, or I guess I happened to be here. I don't think I know that there's no coincidence, but anyways, I lost my dad, so he's no longer with me. Also with 2023. So the first thing I wrote, and I'm trying not to cry because it brings a lot of emotions, and I'm not a writer, so um I put my faith in life beyond this form and in the memories created and the ones we didn't get to create. I put my faith that even if you're not here with me in body and mind, you hear my thoughts, you see me, and you're proud of me. I put my faith that even with all that was left unsaid and unlived, we remain bound forever.
Beautiful. True, like, come on. You're a poet. Come on. That was, I mean, you got waterworks like that. That's like,
Sorry.
uh, it's very clear that came from like a very deep place. Um, and I'm glad you're here, and it means a lot that, you said you didn't even plan on like writing or sharing and that you did. Um, And what was your father's name?
Evgeny. And in Bulgarian culture, which I'm Bulgarian, we do our middle name is our father's name. So that's how it's traditionally. So I do carry my father's name as my middle name, and I'm apparently a copy of him. So I am him. And the other thing I wrote, actually, it's like just trying to believe. I was trying to work on what belief means, and what I wrote is belief means trusting with your heart / soul beyond the mind. So that's well, so thank you.
No, thank you, truly. I was very moved by what you shared.
Thank you.
I could go next. It's always hard for me to write when I'm like facilitating, even though this didn't even, I just felt like I kind of kicked it off, but I did write a little bit. I said, I put my faith in knowing that dementia isn't only a devastating act of disappearing, it can also be a lesson in living. I put my faith in knowing love has always found its way through. It is undefeated. It has been, it always will be. I put my faith in the universe, in acceptance, in surrender. Control is a myth, a mirage, a fixed game, fool's gold. I put my faith in Dad, his knowing, his kindness, his laugh, and his humanity. I put my faith in knowing we're doing the best that we can, and that's all Dad would ask for. That there's a conversation within the conversation, that thanks, buddy, really means I love you. I put my faith in opening up, in taking the armor off, in taking a knee, and knowing writing these words can be a salve for me, for you, for us.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Heartfelt.
And what is your dad's name?
His name is Jeffrey. I can show you. Well, actually, I don't know if I can show you a picture of him. I was actually going to have us close out I'm going to actually wait because I would love if folks have photos that we could kind of check out by bringing, if you have a photo of your loved one that you wanted to share. But before we get to that, I do want to offer a little bit more space to both Catherine and Mary in case y'all would like to share.
Yeah, I'm ready. I just finished typing it up. So if you guys want to read it to yourselves or if someone wants to read it out loud, I couldn't write it without the tears falling. So yeah, anyway, I'll hit send. Hang on.
All good. I would be happy to read it if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you so much. I put faith in a bucket sitting unused while we wait. Faith has been fickle, bubbling expectantly on lucid days, in smiles and looks of recognition. It evaporates on sleepy days, blank stares, and silent conversations with unseen guests. I approach 8 years with an ending tantalizingly bobbing in and out of view. I'm tired and ready for a new life as one ends. I hold guilt closer to my chest than faith. Guilt for wanting the end of the journey to get here soon, wishing for the end of my suffering and her languish. The guilt is heaviest when she smiles. When life seems so strong, I still selfishly wait for the end. Faith will come back then. Faith that she is whole again, has memories again, knows who I am again. Faith in whatever comes after this life, I will hear her say my name again, and I can call her mom again. Faith stays in the bucket because everything else is scattered and wrong. So what is there to have faith in other than a bucket, rusty and old and slowly leaking? Holy shit.
I couldn't even make it through reading it. So anyway.
Damn. Wow. Thank you so much, Catherine. Wow.
She's been in hospice for a year, more than a year actually. And so it sucks because I spend a lot of time, waiting and making plans for, when I don't have to do this anymore. And then at the same time, she's my mom. I don't want to let her go. So it's hard. And there's a lot of guilt for feeling that way.
Yeah. I think that's, I mean, there are so many cruel aspects of this disease, but I think that is one of the cruelest, is that we're set up to always feel like we didn't do enough, we're not doing enough, but um it's impossible, it's like it's impossible to do enough. Um and honestly, I'm just so moved by everyone sharing. Um and I truly think, and I know this gets thrown around a lot, but like caregivers are like superhuman, like some real life superhero type shit. And I just want you to know that your words really moved me, Catherine. Thank you for sharing, of
Thanks for reading it.
course. Mary, would you like to share? All good. There's no pressure. It's always an invitation. Um, well, thank you all so much. You definitely put me in my emotions in a
Oh,
good way, though.
hello, hello.
Hey,
I,
Mary.
I'm sorry, I was on mute and I started reading.
Oh, no, you're
I apologize.
no apology needed. Please,
Do
please
we,
share.
we have time?
Yes,
Okay,
we have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
okay, okay, thank you. I believe that all those people with dementia whom I've worked with over the years using arts engagement are my family. I believe that these people knew exactly what they were trying to tell me, even if it didn't seem to make sense to me. I believe that when articulate, profound statements out of the blue emerged from their mouths, from their hearts, and shone in their eyes, these were their truths they wanted to share. I believe that when I cried on the job, it was okay. They understood. I believe when we laughed together, they helped me to believe. I believe that the arts connect and communicate and shine a light on the darkness of this disease.
100%.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Um,
Thank you.
oh man, I need all these. I need them all. I need them all. No, I really appreciate y'all being here and sharing and being vulnerable. Every time I'm in a group, I'm just like, these are my people. And that is reaffirmed again here today. Um, before I mean, I don't really want to wrap up, but I know we only have 6 minutes. I would love it if folks were so inclined, if we went around and shared a photo of our loved one. If you have one near you, if you don't, that's okay too. We've heard names brought in, and certainly folks that have transitioned are with us here in different ways. Um, but yeah, I think it would be a beautiful way to kind of wrap up if we shared a photo of them. And yeah, I could get us started. Um, I just really started getting into like film photography a few years ago, and it's been like such a joy to kind of capture candid moments with my dad. And I'm gonna look for my favorite picture that I've taken of him, which let's see if you can see this. This way. And it's, just an everyday moment. It's my dad shaving in the morning, and just the joy that is kind of emanating from like every pore is I don't know, man. It just really hits me every time. And so that's, oh, yeah, that's my dad, Jeff.
I'm
It's
just popping. Oops,
oh,
sorry.
no,
I
go
just
ahead.
popped a
Yeah.
couple of pictures in the chat. The first one with the flowers on her hair is my mom. It's the favorite picture of my mom. She hates that picture, but I love it so much. I don't know when that was. It was a while ago. And then the one on the bottom was the last time she was able to join us for our walk um, to end Alzheimer's. So that was, I think, in 2021 or so, maybe 2022. So yeah, that's Cynthia and me.
Thank you for sharing, Catherine. I love the one with the flower crown, even if your mom doesn't like it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm on my phone, so I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to show you a picture of one of the many people who taught me about life and how to live in the moment. And this was Maria doing her art.
Oh, that's so great that you have it in a book like that.
Mhm. Yeah. I miss them and I think about them, each and every one of them. Yep. She was a sweetheart.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mary, for the work that you're doing. Because I wish there was more people that that care for, because I think that all of us are personally connected. We have a loved one, and your work is thank you. I'll show you
Thank you.
a photo of, like, a passport photo of my dad when he was younger, so you can see maybe the similarity.
Wow. Nice
And
mustache.
It's an excellent
always rock
mustache.
that mustache until at one point when he was already going, he apparently shaved it. And that's him in his last years. Always the one thing I miss the most is he was had a great sense of humor, which I miss a lot. Thank you for the space to share it.
Yes, thank you.
It's been 2 years and it just keeps on coming back because there's the grief and the sadness that he's no longer around. So thank you.
Yeah, I can share Claire. This is just a picture I have framed. That's obviously me as a baby, and my mom Claire. She was my best friend, so it's kind of like what you were just saying. It obviously comes back all the time, and it is kind of overwhelming to think I'll have this feeling the rest of my life. But on, I guess, kind of a funny note, this is a picture of her during the dementia that I just happened to, I was driving her around and I looked over at her, and she had two pairs of sunglasses on. She had no idea. And I was like sitting there laughing, and she was like, "What are you laughing about?" And I was like, "Mom, you have two pairs of sunglasses." So anyways, that was just a funny memory. So
No, thank you for that. Yeah, we have, I mean, you gotta look where there's levity. I certainly need that. So thank you for sharing that photo too. But thank y'all for just being here and being you and and sharing today. It means a lot. I would love look, I'm always trying to like bring different arts into group because I feel like much like the work you're doing, Mary, that it can kind of unlock something in us in a way that maybe just like talking things out can't. And I think we saw some of that today. So it's truly such a gift to be with y'all. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. If you ever want to hit me up, please do. But if our time is what it was, just thank you for your humanity and um, it's such an honor. So
Thank you so much, Garrett, for
Thank you.
sharing this, and everyone for gathering together. Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
I
It
hope
was
you all have a nice
inspiring.
weekend
Thank you.
full of laughter and joy and fond memories.
I have a question. Is that a Q, a G, then a Q bar?
It's a G and then a Q. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
as in
My middle name is
Quincy?
Quinn.
What is it?
Quinn. My middle
Quinn.
name is
Okay.
Quinn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic, so I'm like, is that a P or what am I
It
looking?
is a little hard, especially because they underline it as like a hyperlink. It's like a little confusing everyone.
GQ bar at Gmail. Thank you. Thank you.
And because I was late to the space, so do you, Garrett, do you lead workshops like this for HFC?
I mean, I would love to. I kind of just like bring it into group every once in a while when people want to like switch up the energy a little bit. And I won't even take the whole time. Like sometimes I'll let group go for like half of it and then I'll spend the last 30 minutes and bring in some sort of like drawing or writing activity. Or just like any kind of creative activity. But I also would love to be in a space where other people bring in their stuff too. Like I don't need to facilitate, but I don't know if there's interest. I would certainly be interested in that. But right now, basically, this is like the work that I do on a day-to-day basis with young people. And so it's been like really meaningful for me to like reconnect with my creativity because I kind of shut that side off of myself for a long time. And I found a lot of healing in that even before my dad was sick. And now even more so. And so I just try to kind of like infuse it in different spaces when I can. And so one of those ways is through the support group that I go to at HFC. So yeah, that was probably a much longer answer than
No, that was great. Thank you.
you.